burlesque, you think of glamour, opulence, and of course lots of sensuality. Today we're here at the West Cliff. I'm meeting up with Miss Polly Rae from the Hurly Burly Show. Naughty has never been this nice.
Don't need my mommy, I don't need a friend, my heart is broken.
Big welcome to Miss Polly Rae, who is here for the first time in South Africa. What has been your first impression?
The people here are just so friendly, and I just love that. I think I'll obviously tell you about the Hurly Burly Show, but one of the things about the Hurly Burly Show is its humour, and I already know that you guys are going to get it. So, I mean, I haven't had much time to see anything yet, but I'm definitely excited to be here, and we're going to be here for 2 months, so I'll get time to really get to know the place, I hope.
Lovely. Tell us a little bit about the show. It's a burlesque, sort of featured around burlesque, or how does it work?
Yeah, it's definitely a burlesque-inspired show. I'm a burlesque artist, so that's my background. I started doing burlesque about 7 years ago, but yeah, the show itself is a burlesque, I like to call it a burlesque-inspired erotic pop cabaret. So, yes, there's a bit of a, and that obviously covers a multitude of different things, and it's not the easiest thing to describe what the Hurly Burly Show is, because it's so unique. There's never been anything like this before. Because of the different elements that we use, nobody's ever used that combination of different elements. So you've got burlesque, but you've got cabaret, which is a lot of vocals and singing. And a lot of kind of skits and sort of cute humoristic moments, and also pop music is a huge element to the Hurly Burly Show. We have an incredible musical director called Steve Anderson, and when I started doing the Hurly Burly Show, I mean, I created the show about 7 years ago, and back then it was quite vintage. It had a modern twist, but it was still quite vintage because burlesque was pioneered in the 40s and 50s, and that's where I took my inspiration from. So the likes of Gypsy Rose Lee, Sally Rand, Tempest Storm, these were sort of burlesque stars of their time, and so I was inspired by what they used to do, and creating burlesque performances around that. But I needed to create something as an artist and as a group, because I decided I wanted to put a group together and a show on that made us different. So one of the things was singing. That was a really important element for me, because it's something I could do. One of the sort of taglines in burlesque is you've got to have a gimmick, and it's what makes you individual as a burlesque performer that makes you stand out. So my gimmick was singing.
Singing is not normally a part of
It's
burlesque.
not, you see. Burlesque is predominantly dance-based performance, obviously, which surrounds striptease. So it's burlesque is a little piece of theatre, and the main sort of objective is to remove one's clothes, but it's not about what you get to. It's more about what you don't see than what you do see, and it's all about how you get to that reveal at the end. Exactly. So yes, I was really inspired by that, and burlesque has a lot of humour to it as well. I mean, back then it was very predominant in burlesque performance, because again, like I said, it's theatre, and it's how you can bring people into your world. If for 3-minute performance, how you can create a piece of theatre which has got a story, a concept, incredible costume, and a reason for being, if you will. So I love that, but I'm also a child of the 80s, and because I'm a child of the 80s, I love Madonna and I love Michael Jackson, and so I wanted to put a bit of a modern twist into the performance. So although I looked very vintage, I decided to use modern music, which was great, and that's sort of what gave us the kickstart in the beginning, because I think, using music that people know, obviously allows them to be more familiar with the show and relax and enjoy it more. So as we've progressed, and we've always kept that modern feel. But 3 years ago, I met William Baker, and he is famous for working with Kylie Minogue, of course.
And Madonna. And
yes, he's worked with all of them. And what's amazing about William, I have to just say, and although he's worked with all these incredible women, he is so humble and so down to earth, and one of the coolest people I know. And I felt so blessed. Like, it was 3 years ago, I met him through a friend, and I never thought for 1 minute that he would be interested in working with me, but I told him my vision for the Hurly Burly brand and what I wanted to do, and what I wanted to do was make the biggest burlesque cabaret show that the world had ever seen. And I needed somebody to help me take it to the next level. Exactly, and you know, for the life of me, I didn't think it was going to be William Baker, but he loved the idea and he was like, yes, I want to do this with you. And so yeah, so the show's just gone to a completely different level, and you know, so all the elements that were there are still there, but now, for example, with the music, we do rearrangements of modern songs. So we have like a Japanese version of Umbrella by Rihanna, we have like a very sort of sleazy blues jazz arrangement of Bad by Michael Jackson. So it's kind of like that. So it's
fun twist.
Yeah, and we do a big band version of It's a Sin by the Pet Shop Boys, and so it's kind of, yeah, it's got a little bit more, a little bit more innovation now, a little bit more going on, which is really great. So we like to surprise people.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's important for people to, like I said, get what we're doing in the show, like and you know, enjoy the music and stuff. But you know, just try and do something a bit unexpected.
So you feel that South Africans sort of have, you know, we get the British humour.
Yeah, I think they do.
We're on the same level.
Yeah, I think they do, and it is, and I think that the humour aspect of the Hurly Burly Show is really important to understand. That it, you know, it's a very important element because obviously, you know, people might have a preconceived idea of what they think the show is going to be, and obviously it is very risque, it is very titillating and provocative. Yeah, it's really funny, and that's what surprises people. And we can push it quite far because we've got the humour. You know, it's not threatening because we make it funny, and we don't take it too seriously. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's what people are going to really like.
That's lovely. So what's next for you? I mean, you spoke about people who inspire you, your idols. I mean, someone like Dita Von Teese, perhaps, you know, are you looking to go sort of global scale? What's next for you?
I absolutely am looking to go to a global scale, to be honest with you. I really, really admire Dita Von Teese, and you know, she's the only burlesque artist really in the world who has made it on an international level. So I would love to think that I could achieve something similar. I don't think there's ever going to be another Dita Von Teese, and we are so very different as artists. But I certainly think with the Hurly Burly Show, that can be very much an international brand, and I'm really working hard, and me and my team are working very, very hard to make it an international brand.
Yeah.
So it really is a dream come true, and so I just hope that it, you know, keeps on trucking. You know, I hope that it keeps expanding, and the love of this kind of entertainment thrives.
Yeah. Well, the very best of luck to
Thank you
and
very
I really
much.
do hope that you achieve all your dreams.
Thank you.
So if you could just tell us exactly when and what everything.
Yes, the Hurly Burly Show is at the Emperor's Palace Casino from the 27th of October for 2 months, so I hope you can all make it. Mwah.